Bills make me wanna shout. Kick your heels up and shout. Throw your hands up and shout. Throw your head back and shout. Come on now, the Bills are making it happen now. Stand up now, come on and shout. Yeah, 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 yeah.
Say you will.
Shout it right now, baby.
Say you will.
Come on, come on.
Say you will.
Come on and shout.
Say you will.
Yeah.
Shout.
Buffalo's happening now.
Shout.
We're on the move now.
Shout.
The Bills are happening now.
Shout.
They're making it happen now.
Shout.
We got the spirit.
Shout.
A lot of spirit, yeah.
Shout.
We got the spirit.
Shout.
Just watch it happen now. Hey, hey,
Hey,
hey, hey,
hey,
let's go Buffalo.
let's go Buffalo.
Let's go Buffalo.
Let's go Buffalo.
The Bills make me wanna
Shout.
Throw your head back and shout. Throw your hands up and
Welcome
shout.
back to the
Kick your
Blitz
heels up and shout. Come on now. The
on 91.3 FM, WBNY, Buffalo's original alternative since 1982. Brought to you by the Buffalo State Student Activity Fee. Oh, I'm Joe Cali, and I'm joined today by Dan Dale to my right, Double D in Studio A, and I'm looking through the glass window at Frank the Tank Lopez. Not the Frank the Tank that had a meltdown on social media yesterday, but Frank the Tank. So, fellas, we're looking right now. We're listening to the Shout song. It was played 5 times yesterday. No, a couple more, because field goals too, right?
Yep.
How many scores total?
Let's see. The math.
Diggs had 2.
Diggs had 2, Davis had 1, Allen had a rusher,
Right.
and then Bass had 2 field goals?
I believe so.
Yeah, that's... Or no, yeah.
Right now. Oh, boy. God, that just gets me going big time. But I don't do math in public, so I'm not going to continue because, that's just... Unfortunately, we're not going to come to a conclusion on that. But again, joined by Dan Dale and Frank the Tank Lopez, coming off of a great week for all of us, gents. Even the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, Baker Mayfield shows out with 22 fantasy points, PFF,
Yeah.
PPR.
Yeah.
Yeah, and PFF's an organization.
PFF grades the player.
Yeah, it grades the player. But no, listen. This has been a great week for us Blitzonians. I don't know what do we call ourselves.
Blitzers?
Just Blitzers? It's like Wolf Blitzer, though, Even though he's from Buffalo, he's a Bills fan. He was here for the game. Not William.
Blitzins? I don't know.
William Fichtner was here as well.
Who?
Do you know who William Fichtner is?
No.
He's a Buffalo born and raised actor. You ever seen The Dark Knight?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know the banker in the beginning who's like, who you messing with right now? And he's like cocking the shotgun.
Oh,
and all
yeah.
that? That's him.
Oh,
Yeah.
he's great in that scene.
He comes to every Bills game. Yeah, he's in a ton of other stuff. That's
Yeah.
like a really obscure role for him. But
I feel like that's like, if you see his face, you know.
you would know exactly who that is. Yeah. But yeah, he also narrated the Four Falls of Buffalo documentary, ESPN 30 for 30. So,
Oh.
yeah. But yeah, big Bills fan from here. So, I think the bandwagon's filling up again a little bit after yesterday. Would you guys agree?
I think everyone's starting to turn.
I think I stepped on a piece of sushi yesterday, and it was like storytelling.
Oh.
We squished the fish.
Squish the fish.
Yeah. And I don't know. It's so good to beat them because all the trash talk, all of it, the entire week. We put up 70 on the Broncos. You're saying why you lost in that sentence right there. On the Broncos, okay?
Oh.
Surtain couldn't do anything. What? What do you got? You got breaking news or something?
No, I mean, the Broncos came back and beat the Bears. So
They did, but it's the Bears.
It is. It
Yeah.
is the 2 worst teams in the NFL. So
Yeah. So I mean, you're scraping the bottom of the barrel on that one. But anyway, the Broncos defense couldn't stop Tyreek Hill, and they didn't make Tua uncomfortable at all. Did you see Kyle Brandt going crazy this morning? Oh, you tried a shuttle pass? That's cute. High schoolers do that, he said. Yeah, like ripping the Dolphins apart. Because they did a couple weeks ago. They tried the shuttle pass, and it worked. They did it. He's just ripping into him. He's like, and Mike McDaniel even, I'll play some clips because I want to play his post-game conference a little bit here. He's like, there's a reason that they're the number 1 team in the AFC East, and they've won it for the past 3 years, and they're the team to beat and all this stuff. Very humble, Mike McDaniel. Not like snarky or anything like that like he normally would be. I think he was like, okay, we got pooped on.
Not like
pretty
Tua
bad.
turned the ball over?
No, I did tweet out he made his return yesterday, though. Throwing it. Tua to Micah Hyde, best connection in the NFL right now.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying. You would have to agree. Come on, Dan.
Everybody has to agree.
Yeah, I mean, Tua actually had a good game.
No, he looked fine.
Yeah,
It's
it was just the Bills' defense is 10 times better than it was last year without Von Miller. First of all, you pick up Leonard Floyd, you're like, oh, he'll get us through without Von there. No, he's made a name for himself as a starter
Yeah.
on that line, which is absolutely like, how could that have played out any better for the Bills' defense? It couldn't have. A.J. Epinesa is like awakened now. Like
he's had like 2 like massive
Yeah.
breakout games.
Terrell Bernard has another fumble recovery. Matt Milano almost has 2 fumbles, forced fumbles, but the other one got called back because of a penalty. He was laying into Mostert on that one.
He honestly had Mosert's number
Yeah, the
whole
entire game.
time.
I picked up Achane on my fantasy a couple leagues. He still got me 20 whatever points,
27
27 points.
Yeah.
And I was like, you know what? 48 to whatever at this point, let him score. I need those points,
Yeah.
And I have Saquon on that same team. The Punishment League team we were talking about a couple weeks ago.
Right.
So when Saquon comes back and I have Achane, oh my God.
I traded Achane away.
Yeah, see, I
Because
would.
I need a quarterback.
Yeah, well, I have Joe Burrow, so I do need a quarterback.
Yeah,
but I've got Brock on my bench, so
I
he's my
had
starter
the
from here
Creep
on
as
out.
my starting QB, so I got Jalen Hurts in return, all right?
Well, that's your guy right there.
Yeah.
Fly Eagles fly. We're gonna hear that the entire time. They had a rough game.
They almost.
yeah, but they won.
They won.
they won. But
They won.
You know who
barely.
else had a rough game? The Chiefs, and we'll get to that later.
Well,
But-
that's a whole.
So you can't say, oh, the Bills lost to the Jets now. I mean, you can
You
because
mean
they
the Taylor
did.
Swift Chiefs?
Yeah, the Swifties. Yeah, the Kansas City Swifties.
I saw a tweet that was like, I can't believe now all the Swifties think Zach Wilson is a better quarterback than Patrick Mahomes from this one game.
Well, do you see all those videos where it's like a girlfriend or a wife and their husband, and they're like, it's crazy how Taylor Swift just put this Travis Kelce guy on the map, and the husbands are like, "What are you talking about? Like, he's a 2-time Super Bowl winner. Like what are we saying right now that is like okay?" But no, anyway, back to the Bills. It's so satisfying, so satisfying. We weren't around, Dan. We weren't around for the Kelly Marino rivalry. We weren't around for the Fandemonium where they tore the goalpost down in the stadium.
No.
The rivalry's back,
I wasn't
though.
even thought about.
Yeah, right, exactly. I was not either. It's just, to be a fan right now, unfortunately, we didn't get a solid decade and a half like the Patriots did without being touched. But we have to play for it now with Miami. And when Aaron Rodgers is healthy, if he comes back next season with the Jets, that's a team we're going to have to play as well. Like that. Patriots held the Dolphins to less points than we did.
Yeah.
So, Belichick still got a defensive angle on things. He just doesn't have offense, which is the problem.
Yesterday was a massive problem for the Patriots.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
That was
If you got a better quarterback, I'm telling you, and invested in some wide receivers, that team would be dangerous again.
Yeah. No, their defense is so solid.
Yep.
It's just
Not their offense.
Mac Jones has no one to throw to, and Mac Jones can't really throw the ball that well.
Yeah. And it's
So
the
it's-
opposite of Miami, what we saw yesterday. Their defense, that Bills' first drive, holy cow.
Sliced them.
Talk about, we wanted Allen to go back to paper cutting the defenses and taking shots. He put on the cape yesterday, and he did what he had to do. That's the Josh Allen you want to take over the game and do what he has to do. Still, still doing it, but not ridiculously.
We said it last week. This is a different, kind of different Josh Allen.
He's trusting the players around him. James Cook, again, the running back room, pounding right up the middle.
Which is something I think we all thought was kind of going to be a little bit of the weak side.
Yeah.
James Cook has proved that. Every
Latavius
single
Murray, he's providing, and this is his 6th NFL team.
And you haven't heard much of Damian Harris, which is a little bit of a,
Yeah, but he pounded it in yesterday.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He was up the middle for a couple gains, and yeah, he's RB3. We picked him up in the offseason. I think Latavius Murray's just shown out a little more versatile than he is. But both of those guys, goal line, right up the middle, they're getting in. Allen, right up the middle, they're getting in. Allen pushed in. When did they push?
It was.
Oh, it got called back, though, didn't it? Or no?
No.
No, it didn't.
The James Cook butt push.
Yeah, the James Cook butt push. Allen dove in and pushed him over the edge.
3rd
Yeah.
and 1, I believe.
It was 3rd and 1, yeah.
Or no, it was the touchdown.
It was the end zone. That's
Yeah,
what I was
yeah,
thinking,
yeah. No, it was a touchdown.
because, oh, yeah. No, they were on there ready to go again because they thought it wasn't. But
Yeah.
the refs actually made a good call on that one. Normally, I'm like, I don't want to get those calls because then there's always the excuse, oh, the Bills won because of the refs. But, you didn't have enough to overturn that. It was too much of a pile. You couldn't see exactly what happened. You kept the call on the field. And that was awesome. It helped the Bills out big time, of course. Why were we matching up? Who's number 4 on the Dolphins? He's their slot corner normally.
He's their, like, fourth guy.
Yeah, he's the slot corner. He's the Taron Johnson of the Dolphins, and you lined him up against Stephon Diggs.
Yeah.
What do you think? That one touchdown by Diggs?
Was it the break tackle one? Or just
Yep,
that
where he
was-
just absolutely dogged and
Yeah.
just went. I could not believe my eyes there.
It wasn't even like one tackle. It was like 2 to 3 tackles.
No.
And he just turned on the jet.
And he just kept going, like, with him around his hips. He didn't stop. That's also just poor tackling on number 4's part. I know it's number 4. I just don't know his name.
Cater Kohu.
Kuhu.
Kuhu.
Kahu.
Kuhu. Kuhu.
Kahoot?
It's Kohoo, right? Kahu?
Kohou.
Kahu. Okay, we'll say Kahu. Kuhu. Anyway, he couldn't cover Diggs to save his life.
He was cuckoo.
He was cuckoo.
Cuckoo for Koku.
Cuckoo. Oh my gosh! All right.
Oh, come on. I don't get props for that?
No, that was good. That was good. I
Okay.
heard cuckoo for Cocoa, and I'm like thinking cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs, so it's like that threw me off a little bit. But I just think this performance by the Bills has to cement them as a contender.
Oh, yeah.
Those people,
Well,
and
I
did you
don't
see Josh's post game?
There's any doubt.
Is there anything you want to say to those people who kind of like, I don't know, I'm not going to quote exactly, but basically he said, wrote you guys off a couple weeks ago? He said, nah, and just got up and walked off. I'm like, what a baller move.
Yeah.
Like he's like, it's week by week. This is 1 week. They have arguably the best mentality in the NFL because some teams, like the Dolphins putting up 70 points, we're going to the Super Bowl. It's the undefeated season again.
Yeah.
Nope. You got humbled. Tyreek Hill did nothing. The one bad thing to come out of this game is the unfortunate Tre'Davious White injury,
Yeah.
which is a ruptured Achilles, presumably, at this point.
It's for sure.
Yeah.
They're getting the MRI today.
So another non-contact, turf-related injury. Like Aaron Rodgers, it got stuck in the turf.
Oh,
Aaron Rodgers was...
I don't know if it's turf related.
Why? Tyreek Hill didn't touch him. He was just running on the
Yeah,
turf.
but do you think it would have happened on grass too?
I don't know. It's different.
Probably not.
You have a little less give on grass. The turf you can sink in, and if he just tweaked it, it ruptured,
I don't know. It just looked like his foot got hung up. And I think it would have happened on grass or turf. I think that's too much of a conversation.
I don't
You're
know.
just
I
trying
still
to
think the
push
NFL should
for
get
grass
rid of
at
turf.
this point.
Nah, I don't know if you're pushing for grass. I think it has some base to it. It's clearly, grass is a hardier surface. You can dig into it a little more. Turf, you got rubber pellets that you're trying to ground yourself on. Yeah, it works in some cases. It's nicer in some cases because you don't have to water it. You don't have to take care of it.
Yeah.
But in other cases,
And not all areas are capable.
if
of
Vegas is
keeping up-
capable of rocking grass,
of
then
keeping up grass.
then everywhere is capable of grass. Vegas is in the desert, Dan. And they have a
they're-
real grass field.
And they're in a drought.
Yeah. If they're capable of grass, anywhere is capable of grass.
They're in a stadium with minimal sunlight and a lot of water.
They leave it outside.
Do they leave it outside?
Yeah, it goes
Yeah, it goes
outside
out.
for the week and then comes back in.
I thought that was the Rams who did that.
No. That's Vegas' new stadium.
I think Arizona also did that.
Arizona-
I know Arizona did that.
Yeah.
I remember that.
No, SoFi doesn't do that. SoFi's turf.
No, so yeah.
SoFi's turf?
Yeah.
Mhm.
I'm almost positive. Vegas is not.
I don't have
the
a
whole
list of
thing
all-
with Vegas was they put the field out throughout the week. And if Vegas can support grass in the middle of a desert with horrible water, like, you're fine.
Yeah.
You're fine. Anyway, we got onto the turf talk here, unfortunately.
I think it has to be talked.
It has
Especially
to
when
be.
you see Tre'Davious White go down like this, where
Well, he was PO'd bad. He
Yeah.
threw his helmet across the field. And I thought it was Tyreek Hill stepping on his foot or something like that, You look at the replay, and he wasn't even touched. He was just running and pop.
No, I was just hoping his shoe got messed up.
No, yeah, and then he
I mean,
he did the
like,
same thing Rodgers
rearranged
did,
the
though.
shoe.
Rodgers stood back up, shook his head, and fell back to the ground. Tre'Davious White stands up and then goes back down to the ground. So it's just, and Rodgers, It's not like his ankle got twisted. It's not like anyone landed on it. He dug in while he was going to the ground, and it popped.
Yeah.
You see it. It just ruptures up the back of his leg and rolls up. And on grass, you might get a little better of a grounding to your cleat than that, And it wasn't like Leonard Floyd was also pressing on him. He was wrapped around the other way, pulling him down,
He was falling with him, bringing him down. He had nothing to do with his legs.
No, he wasn't putting any pressure on it either. So it's just like, I think there is a conversation to be had about artificial turf. You've seen it many other athletes before as well. It's just, I get it. It saves the grounds crew a lot. It saves the teams a lot of money because it's just rubber pellets. You're not upkeeping anything.
I don't think it's grass or turf anymore. I think they're making it a big deal because a lot of players are coming out and saying, hey, we want grass, and a lot of owners are saying, hey, we still want to use the turf because
AstroTurf would be better, what they had in the 90s, and they wore sneakers on.
But at the end of the day, injuries are injuries no matter on what surface. They're just unlucky. It doesn't matter. You got to work for them. You got to do them. It doesn't matter if it's grass. It doesn't matter if it's turf. Because who knows? If that happened to Trey White, what's stopping it from happening from like 2 weeks later?
Josh Allen had an injury specifically designated to turf fields, by the way. Turf toe.
Yes, I know. There is
You don't get that
thing.
on grass.
Yes, I think it would sound stupid if you called it grass toe.
You don't get that.
Stupid.
Though. It's because
That's becoming my new thing. That's stupid.
It's stupid not to be willing to have a conversation about it, though. Because
I'm not saying I'm not willing to have a conversation about it. I'm just saying that you're putting too much on it being turf.
Yeah,
and
I pulled
instead
two
of just
examples
thinking,
out.
But if
hey, injuries happen. It could have happened sooner or later. You could lose a different player who's just as good on a different field. It's just going to be like, oh, well, that happened on grass. Who cares?
Tre'Davious White's ACL tear, by the way, was a non-contact turf-related ACL tear. That's 2 non-contact tears of
For
ligaments
one player.
for one player on turf.
There's a reason that
Where
the
was the
players are
first
calling
one?
New Orleans, it's turf.
Is New Orleans turf?
Yes.
Yeah, it is. Okay.
There's a reason that the players are calling for it. Because I would say they know more than the
owners. They're playing on it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I think there's got to be a way.
I mean, for one guy to have 2 non-contact injuries on the same type of field and just looks like he just tweaked it. I mean, there's not another explanation for that.
Also, aren't the Bills switching to grass once the new stadium is
I'm not
built?
positive
Is that
on that.
happening?
I hope it is, but I'm not positive on that.
all I saw were the renders. I never actually looked at the details.
I just know it's mostly glass on the outside, and there's 10,000 less seats. That's really all I can grasp from it. I didn't look and see if it was grass or not. Are you searching that right now?
Let's see.
I think it might.
It says new Highmark Stadium is going to be grass.
Okay, good.
All right, good.
At least that's Wikipedia.
Yeah, that's how it should be.
Yeah, we'll have natural grass
Yes.
playing field. So it's not that they want to use turf; they understand
Well,
the change.
but
They're not going to change it a year before.
No. I'm not saying that. I'm saying there needs to be a league-wide, like some of these newer stadiums that are turf. Like we're out of the bag because our stadium's from 1973, and we're getting a new one that's all grass.
And also, Ralph Wilson was a cheap owner.
Well, that's its own thing. But
Well, that helps.
Well, the Bills field wasn't it? It was AstroTurf, right? But originally, I feel like it might have been
In the 90s?
in
Or
the 90s. It was AstroTurf. I'm
Yeah.
talking 73 when it opened.
Oh, it's got to be grass.
It had to have been at that point. They probably ripped it out because it would have been cheaper to maintain.
Yeah.
But I think it was grass at one point. Dan is our statistician. He's Googling
He's
everything.
Googling everything.
Yeah.
I always move, guys. Don't worry. Here we go. Let's see. AstroTurf 1973 to 2002.
Oh,
Then Astro Play from 2003 to 2010, and then A Turf Titan 50.
I remember that.
2011 to present.
I remember in middle school they were redoing the field.
Yeah.
But AstroTurf is what the Bandits play on. And that's hard. That is not fun to get hit on. So I get moving to the current
Well, it's
turf.
not fun to get hit anyway.
Well, I'm not saying that.
Yeah.
I'm saying it's like you're falling on a hard floor on AstroTurf,
True.
where the turf we're currently playing on is rubber, so you're kind of bouncing around on it, But then again, I like the natural grass things because that's what the cleats are necessarily meant for, all that stuff. So, it's just I think it's a conversation that might need to be had in other places. I mean, you see some of these players going down, like Tre'Davious White. Again, 2 non-contact turf-related ligament tears. Like, that, not good. You know, like, you can't even justify that. Like, I feel like you have to kind of take a minute. If you're Roger Goodell, you need to look around, even though I know he won't.
No.
You need to look around and, listen to the players on this one, because it's senseless to be dealing with season-ending injuries.
Well, he's not the one making the decision.
Well, right, but he could technically...
He can hold their owners.
No,
Yeah,
he
he
just
could hold
talks
older-
for the owners. He's just the figurehead.
Right.
No,
but
the owners make all the decisions.
what I'm saying, Dan, is
it would have to be
the commissioner
probably-
of the NFL could put something out that enforces the owners to make things grass.
You think he's going to do that? He gets paid by them. No. Nobody's going to
I'm
do
not
that.
saying
If you
he
get
would.
paid by the
I'm not
owners, you're
saying
not
he
gonna
would.
do that.
I'm not saying he
It's
would.
just the fact that he has that power.
He
be
has
able
the
to do
power
that
to do it.
and is ignorant not to.
Yes.
I just think it would have to be in an NFLPA NFL agreement.
Right, but Roger Goodell is part of that. He's the commissioner of the NFL. He would make the call at the end of the day and be like to the owners and tell them that. Like, that's just how it would be. And yeah, he probably does get kickbacks from the owners, absolutely. To buy the teams, he gets all that money for sure.
But really, are you going to tell a guy who makes billions of dollars a year, has billions of dollars, pays for what he wants, you have to switch your stadium because
If you care about the game of football, yes. If he's a cheapskate,
Yeah. Also,
you're telling Jerry Jones that?
these billionaires, you're telling me they can't spend a little more money just to maintain the field so their players,
Exactly.
so their star players, they know they have them like each season, and they don't have to worry about like having those non-contact injuries and losing that star player and losing money on that.
Mm-hmm.
Because let's be honest, if Patrick Mahomes goes down,
The whole league would be like, okay, we need grass immediately.
and if it's a non-contact, like
Yeah,
that,
non-contact. Let's just say he tweaked his Achilles, right, like Aaron Rodgers. But he didn't even get touched. He was just scrambling in the pocket, and it just ruptured.
and it wasn't even like
And he just stepped weird, and it ruptured in the turf. Then there would be a league-wide call. But these other players, these defensive players, where they're, quote-unquote, I'm going to say this, expendable, because you have depth players to replace them.
yeah.
They're not the face of your franchise, necessarily. It's kind of swept under the rug, because it's like, we have a depth guy to come in to the aid of the team here. Josh Allen goes down with a turf-related injury. Like, knock on wood, that would never happen. We have Kyle Allen. Like, that would be devastating. You know what I mean? Like, that would then put the league on radar. Like, okay, this NFLPA might,
Yeah.
like, do something like that. But
The only reason I say that I don't care what playing surface is on, even though there is study showing that turf does cause more injuries, A, the owners are going to do what they want to do, and B, things happen. At some point, it's unlucky. What can you do about unlucky? You can't do nothing. So
right, but if the thing that's making you unlucky can be changed, I feel like it should be. You know what I mean?
Well, not all the time. Sometimes teams just have unlucky years. 49ers, they play on grass. And remember, they had all those injuries that one season.
Yeah, but they
Baltimore,
were contact injuries. Jimmy
Doesn't
G's
matter.
ACL tear was
Injuries
a
are
contact
injuries.
injury. There's a difference between contact and non-contact in the context of playing field.
Because if you get tackled wrong, you're gonna get hurt.
Right.
But
Jimmy
that-
G's ACL tear, contact injury, if I'm remembering correctly.
Yeah.
Brock Purdy's UCL tear. Like Josh Allen nearly tearing his UCL. That's contact. Non-contact, rupturing your Achilles just running with somebody, that's very different. And for a guy that just came back to full strength from an ACL tear to just be out again,
And was having an incredible season
Yeah.
so far.
almost had another interception. I mean, it's kind of rough, unfortunately. Yeah, you're right. Injuries happen. But when there's a common theme to these non-contact injuries, I think it is something that should be maybe brought to the table and talked about a little bit, But I do agree in a way, like, injuries happen, next man up mentality. Like, I'm not sitting here saying that's not right, but if it happened, like Frank said, to a Patrick Mahomes or a Josh Allen or a Joe Burrow, like that's...
A Mr. Taylor Swift.
Yes.
Yeah.
Even Joe Burrow, though.
he
Re-aggravated on a turf practice field
Yeah.
when he jogged off to the side.
Well, I mean, speaking of injuries, y'all see what they did to Baker Mayfield? those Saints in the bounty gate again.
No, what did they do?
Oh, the late hit.
Yeah, it was. So he tossed it to Kate Otten, and then he went into tackle, and then one of the other D tackles came in and like aimed for his head
Yeah.
with his whole like
Yeah,
side of the helmet.
yeah.
And like he got folded. Like it was legit. Like he made a Z with his body, and it was like there was no flag, there was nothing. He still got the touchdown off, but still,
Sean Payton's still paying.
he's still doing something.
Mm-hmm. He should be doing it at the Broncos. Get that defense fired up. Come on.
Yeah, do something. Get them.
Give them a bonus for taking
Yeah.
players out of the game. Come on.
I'm sick and tired of talking about
I-
the Broncos unless they're gonna, go out there and try and kill someone.
I think the most shocking injury is that Stafford on that last drive against the Colts played with a fractured ankle.
What?
I thought it was hip injury.
No, straight up during that drive he hurt his ankle, and he just played through it. Turns out it's fractured.
You serious?
Yeah,
I didn't hear
think
about this.
NFL was.
It's hip injury.
I don't know on the replay you can see
LA
Stafford
Rams.
is
Matt Stafford has
limping.
toughed it out through an in-game injury before the famous footage from NFL films of the shoulder injury. So they're talking about his old one. And then here we go. It was going to have to shut all the way down. Okay, here we go. Stafford said he injured his hip in the third quarter when the Colts defensive end jetted up the field as they tried to run a keeper and landed on him with the full body weight. Walking with a noticeable limp for most of the second half as he led drives, Stafford said the hardest part of the injury besides moving was just shutting down the leg a little bit, right where you feel like you can step. So
Oh, okay. So
it's
it
his
just
hip injury.
looked like his leg. Okay.
It's just
It's
his
just it
limp because
hurt
it's
his
the
leg.
top
Yeah,
of his leg.
No, okay, so it is his hip.
Yeah.
No, but still, I
But
mean,
still,
he's
once
playing
again-
on a hip.
No,
and
he fired. He went crazy after that though. That
the Puka
game-winning
Nacua
drive.
touchdown.
Yeah.
Oh, Chris.
He's still like that Iron Man.
He
This
is.
When the 2009 game,
Yep,
2011
his
game.
shoulder. He's got that Detroit dog in
Yeah,
him
he
still.
still got it.
hmm Yeah. No, I mean, can't be mad about that. I love to see that. I hate to see an injury, but when he's like, no, I'm not coming off the field, and he stays out there and does it.
Yeah, but who's even their backup? Because it was Stetson Bennett, right?
Yeah, he's gone now though.
Yeah, so they got rid of him.
Who is their backup? Google guy.
Geez, there's Stetson Bennett. Let's see. If it could just give
It was
me
Baker
a
Mayfield.
depth
It was,
chart.
hmm
but
I'm glad Stafford's doing well though after that UCL injury.
Ripon.
Brett Ripon.
wow,
So a big step down.
Matt, that is levels down.
Yeah.
You don't even have a backup that could win you a game. I feel
At least
like.
I feel like Stetson Bennett, with his kind of experience, I feel like he could at least do something well.
Yeah, I don't know. I think they should maybe look into signing a backup quarterback from somewhere. You've got
Carson Wentz.
Carson Wentz available.
Nick Foles.
RG3.
Back with the Rams.
RG3 wants to play again.
Oh, that dummy?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh,
Dummy.
Miami's are going to win the Super Bowl next week. Oh, the Bills are now the Super Bowl favorite. Like, dude,
Well,
make up your mind.
They still
Sit
have
this one
Tua
out.
as the number one MVP frontrunner.
Yeah. No.
No,
Who
No.
do they have as the front runner?
Tua.
Tua.
Oh, that's good.
They have Tua, CMC, then Josh.
Josh Allen had the
CMC
perfect
makes
game yesterday. Not one
He's had
interception.
3 perfect games in a row.
Three perfect games in a row. He had one interception in the past 3 weeks. And everyone's like, oh, Allen still leads the league in interceptions. I'm like, he had 3. He has 4 total on the season. Mahomes threw one last night. They're all close. Like,
Mahomes
it's not
threw 2.
threw 2 last night. Mahomes might have 3 on the season. Or what does he have?
He's got to.
2 interceptions?
No, Mahomes
Mahomes
interceptions.
Oh, Mahomes interceptions?
Because if I hear Nick Wright say again that the Bills aren't the
I
team,
believe he's had
I'm going to lose my mind.
5.
His-
Well, I'll play a clip from that
He's
in a
at
little bit
4.
too.
He's at 4 right
He's
now.
at
Yeah,
4.
Josh
Okay.
Allen's at
He
4.
Yeah.
had 2 against the Jaguars, then 2 against...
We'll do +1 fumble. So Allen has 5 turnovers on the season. Mahomes is at 4. And he did not look good last night.
He looked
Burrow
very
has not looked good. The Bengals really screwed the pooch on their season. Bad.
I don't
You
like-
should have sat him for 3-4 weeks. Now you're 1-3. You can't sit him because you're going to lose more games. You might not make the playoffs this season.
They're probably not.
No.
It's a legitimate thing where it's like...
See y'all in Burrowhead last year, and now they're not even going to make the playoffs.
Yeah.
I think you sit him for the next 3 weeks. If I'm
Right.
If I'm the Bengals, you have Arizona then I don't know who their next one is, and then you have your bye.
But here's the thing: Arizona's a good team right now.
Yeah,
Half and
Dobbs
half,
Dobbs
half
is
and
doing
half.
good though.
I think Cardinals can go either way. And with your backup, where there's no tape on him, except probably some college, not the worst idea to put in.
Google man. Well, who's their backup? The Bengals.
Oh,
I am Google man.
I know who it is. I don't remember his name though. He's not good.
it's
It's Jake Browning.
Yeah, you're going
Yeah,
0-3 if
you're
you
going,
sit Burrow.
You're going to end the season one. You're
You're gonna start Burrow again when you're one. They're 1-3 now, right?
and if it's 3 weeks,
Yeah,
and they
one.
have a
You're gonna be
bye
1-6.
Yeah, there's
Well, they have their bye.
1-5
So
then.
1-5, but still
Because your next
in such a competitive AFC,
your next
you can't.
two are Cardinals and Seahawks.
Okay, but then what's that? If say they sat Burrow those games, what's next?
After the bye,
Yeah,
49ers, Bills,
best
Texans.
two best defenses in the NFL on the NFC side with the 49ers and the Bills. He's gonna get hit again. He's gonna get it's. They should have sat him the first 3 weeks of the season.
Yeah.
They made a
The
mistake.
second it was announced that
Why
he
were you playing him
reactivated,
against the Rams?
stop.
Jamar Chase was correct. He can't give enough credit to Jamar
He said,
Chase.
I don't want to see him play till week 5.
Like,
That's what
I'm
he
shocked
said.
He's playing.
It's just, I don't know. That's on the
And
coach.
it's got to be on Coach Anjo because he was the one pushing for it. He's
With
like,
Burrow?
no, yeah,
He can't play on his back foot to throw.
but he's the one that's been saying.
I think Zach Taylor should be the one who gets the most grief for it.
No, he should, but Burrow has also been like he
Oh
was
yeah,
strongly
Burrow's
advocating
been pushing
like
for it.
There's
yeah.
No,
there's
let me
Matt
play.
Stafford pushing through injury, and then there's a calf injury that could ruin an entire season, which it already is.
yeah, which
Well-
it has before.
You can't like.
I
tell
said
me,
is, not
Matt
has.
Stafford going through an injury. It's not the same through somebody else trying to tough.
Well,
out
Matt
an
Stafford completed a game-winning drive. Burrow hasn't played competent football in 3 weeks. 4 weeks.
4 weeks. It
I've
hasn't-
had him on my fantasy team starting, thinking, oh, he might be good. No, 4 points a game he's averaging, Dan.
Yeah, how many touchdowns do they have? How many like?
I don't know.
What-
Google
what-
boy.
What,
One more.
what are his stats? On the
one
year?
more before we take a quick break.
Oh my God!
Huh.
Massive breaking news.
Oh, massive breaking
He
news.
has
What is it?
two
What is it?
He has 2 touchdowns on the season.
Jesus. Colts head coach Shane Steichen said they are designating running back Jonathan Taylor to return from the PUP, and he will practice on Wednesday.
Ooh, Taylor's return. Taylor's return. Does he want to play for Indianapolis, though, is the question.
That's what all
Supposedly,
the
yes.
comments are. Is like, does he even want to play for the Colts?
Maybe Richardson, reawaken that in him, though.
Didn't we pick up Jonathan Taylor for our?
We did.
We
We
do.
have him in the Blitz
We
League.
do.
Dad.
And we're 1-3, so
We're 1-3.
With Josh Allen, we're 1-3. He scored 36 points yesterday.
hey,
We have Allen and Diggs
hey. Give me a
And-
second. I
and-
want to bring it up
and Bill's
because
defense.
there's a reason why we are 1-3. We scored 136 points. The guy we went against, 100 and we lost by 4.
This week,
Yeah, this week we lost by 4.
with Allen, Diggs, and the Bills' defense.
Yeah.
Bass had
230, 36 points for Allen, 35
yeah, but
for Diggs.
The other guy had Herbert, Christian McCaffrey, Tyron Williams, and CeeDee Lamb.
Gosh,
Bum
carried
matchup.
CeeDee Lamb
unfortunately.
wasn't. Wait, how many points did CeeDee Lamb get?
14,
Okay,
which
so
was
average.
his 4th highest.
If
Yeah.
you had the Bears running back, you had a good week, too. 22 points.
Look, if Mike Evans didn't get hurt,
I know.
he catches a couple
It's
more
just-
passes.
It's just his hamstring. He'll be back. Don't worry.
Yeah. All right. Well, we're going to take a quick little break here. We're going to come back with a clip. We'll talk more Bills, Dolphins, and more just, we went on the turf talk for a little bit, so we're going to circle it back in, circle the wagons back in here. But you've been listening to the Blitz on 91.3 FM, WBNY. Keep it right here. We'll talk to you in a minute.
I enjoy personally in life when we are told that something is the next big thing and it just blows up and crumbles in front of you. Remember those idiots who were telling us we're going to wear the Google Glass as we're walking around? Remember that? Remember ESPN, the phone? And remember Kyle Pitts? All these things, they're going to change the world. No, they ain't. No, you're not revolutionizing the sport. I'm not surprised the Bills have 48 points. The number here is operative is the 20 in Miami. And without Jordan Poyer and with Trey White getting hurt, you're not the next biggest thing. You're gonna be great. I like Miami. They'll be in the thing. 20 points, an absolute blowout. You weren't even competitive in the second half. So don't tell us you're the best thing since sliced bread. You're the future of the sport. You got a nice offense. You did a no-look pass. I get it. I've seen high school kids do that. It's really cool. You have motion. Wow. Everybody has motion. Don't tell me you're changing the sport. You're a good team. You got smashed. Next time, don't wear the emoji T-shirts.
I mean,
Smashed.
and I'll tell
Here's what I like about
Oh, welcome back to the Blitz on 91.3 FM WBNY. I'm still Joe Cali, still joined by Frank Lopez and Dan Dale. Oh, my Lord. Kyle Brandt.
There was no need for that Kyle Pitts shot.
No, he did absolutely just take a shot, though, at Kyle Pitts.
There was no need for a shot at Kyle
That
Pitts.
was- that honestly,
is
though,
there
it was
a
perfect.
I think there is a need to be a shot at Kyle Pitts. Come on. He did worse than Jonnu Smith.
He did.
Yeah,
but-
but, I mean,
He's
that
like, I love it. I love it. I love it. I love that he said
motion,
Kyle Pitts.
everyone's got motion.
Yeah. I've seen high school kids do that. Don't say you're changing the sport. It's true, though.
I mean, yeah.
I'm going to go through some of the comments on this, if you guys don't mind. Gotta
Go
find
ahead.
some.
I mind. No.
I gotta find some crybaby Miami fans.
I'm still that Kyle Pitts. I mean, come on.
That made me like laugh out loud when I heard it the first time.
Come
though.
on.
That took me by surprise. Dawson Knox should run angry runs this week. Yes, he should. After he absolutely just rolled the Miami defense back. Let's see. I said the same thing 1,000 times about Miami. Their scheme is obvious to anybody that plays them. It's speed and motion. You just have to find a way to slow it down, and you're going to be good. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Putting up 70 points on the Broncos, okay. And the Bills covered the spread. Yes, they did.
Broncos let up 28 to the Bears. Even if they did come back and win, you let up 28 to Justin Fields.
Here's what I am going to do. I'm going to search up the hashtag squish the fish. And we are going to see just how squishy those fishies are.
Oh,
You make him sound like gummy worms. Like there's some gummy dolphins.
Let's see.
I mean, I've seen a lot of the South Park meme where they go and kill the dolphins.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I threw one out there of a gif of someone riding an inflatable dolphin and just smacking it in the front.
I wanted. If you don't know TikTok, there's this kid and like he got like in mad controversy for like stomping a fish. I wanted to like find it and like edit Alan's face on his, and
Oh
then,
my god.
and then just put the
Frank.
Dolphins logo over it.
That would have been, hashtag Dolphins. That's what we're going to do. Because then we'll get the Dolphins fans.
Yeah, you'll get
Most of the
Dolphins
squish
fans
the
crying.
fish stuff is, let's go to Miami Dolphins posts, and we'll see what they say.
It might be just filled with Bills fans.
Game recap, 110 comments. Vic Fangio and Dolphins defense on a milk carton. Missing on the side. Please help me locate them. They've been missing for 4 weeks. How about we start moving Kahoo to the practice squad? He has no business playing with the big boys.
Oh my god.
Oh jeez.
Dolphins defense, worst in success rate, second worst in passing success, third worst in rush in success, 21st in passing, 26th in play action. Wow.
Yeah. So
Wow. Here's my recap of the 48-20 beatdown of, and it's a burning blimp heading straight for the ground.
the Hindenburg.
Yeah, the Hindenburg. Yeah.
Oh, jeez.
Don't let anyone tell you otherwise, fellas. The Dolphins are still the best team in the league.
All right.
Bills got incredibly lucky with all
What?
the ref cheating going on in their favor.
What?
Only losing by 4 touchdowns should still feel like a win.
Oh, okay. So that's a bait. That's a troll. That's got to be a Bills troll.
And then this guy with a Yankees logo goes, "Wow, you are an idiot."
One guy said the best thing that could happen to the Dolphins is that the Jets fire Robert Saleh and the Dolphins sign him to be the defensive coordinator.
The Jets aren't firing Robert Saleh.
No. Well, here's the thing. This is a Dolphins fan, okay? Not mean, not like that other guy just oblivious to what happened. Talking about his team. You guys are frauds. You can't beat good teams or Buffalo. You can only compete with the bad teams. It's not good enough. Just reset again. You never change it. I'm sick of it.
Took a little shot. at
This
Buffalo.
guy, no, he said
No.
or Buffalo. Oh yeah, he did technically. You're right. This guy said join the Bills fan base. And then this guy says way to overreact to one game. Any sane fan will take a 3-1 start to a season when they have played one home game so far this season.
Oh, I love this one. Don't let anyone tell you otherwise, fellas. The Dolphins are still the best team in the league. Bills got incredibly lucky. And with all the ref cheating going
That's
on
exactly
in their
that's the
favor,
exact tweet I
only
just read.
losing by 4 touchdowns
We just read
should
that.
feel...
Dan,
We
Did
just
you?
read
It's the
that.
exact one I just read.
We
You're
literally
kidding.
We
No.
just read that.
No, I just read that.
That's the oblivious guy.
Yeah. And the Yankees guy comments on it and goes, "Wow, you're an idiot."
I feel like this is a different guy.
It's you just said
Dan, it was
exactly
word for
word.
Okay, it is. Never mind. I'm sorry. Jeez. I'm just trying to look at what you're looking at,
Do
all
you,
right?
do you even listen to us?
Just shows
it's
how much
on
he
and
pays
off.
attention on here.
It's on and off, Frank. For you, Frank, it's like a 50-50.
I'll take it.
That was a game recap post, by the way. Oh, McDaniel's post game. Let's see what everyone said here. Everyone's posting Josh Allen doing the
Oh, I love
emoji
this.
face.
Oh, I love this. The Dolphins' circle of life. Get a big free agent acquisition, immediately get overhyped, actually do pretty well at first, lose early and finish barely above 500.
Wait, where's Bradley Chubb? Is he hurt?
No, he was fine.
Mm-hmm.
He was on Dion all game.
Yep. The Bills' O-line has been locked down the past 3 weeks.
Yeah.
It was Van Ginkel.
Christian Wilkins got zero pressure. There's nothing.
I don't know. I forgot Bradley Chubb was like another big name.
I think I'm
for
going to
them.
order one of those emoji T-shirts, though. I think I might. Like, in all
funny.
seriousness.
I don't know. I just think it's bad luck.
For
To
what?
be fair,
It's like voodoo.
you don't like that Allen did that?
No, I like they did it. I just don't think we need the emoji T-shirts. Look, they already have one loss on them. I don't want to start bringing it over here. No, thank you. You
Well,
you
it's-
can keep your emoji T-shirts all you want.
It's just making fun of them.
Ask McDaniel if he knows his daddy's birthday, Josh Allen's.
Okay.
I was like, all right, let's stop that. How do you score 70 points last week and then score the same amount of points the Broncos did last week?
That is true.
Talk about consistency. ...
Who was hoping that the Bills would just score 71?
I was kind of hoping that they would get close.
The Bills are too classy to just keep firing down the field, though. I knew Kyle.
No, we are not.
I knew Kyle
No,
Allen.
we are
I
not.
knew Kyle Allen was coming in right as he went in. Like they weren't gonna try
You
and
saw
score.
that the Bills wasted a timeout because Josh Alley actually trotted out, and then McDermott saw Josh and said, "No.
Right, exactly.
You're out. No.
Classy. We're not gonna lay it on you. We're gonna kneel out the clock and end the game.
No, it was more like we don't want Josh to get hurt.
I would be one of the most hated head coaches.
Ask him how this was a touchdown. And it's Diggs being wrapped up by two guys.
Oh yeah, on the spin move. That was one
yeah.
of the craziest touchdowns
Yeah.
I've ever seen. I mean, I think that deserves. I know we have a whole other 14 weeks to look at, but that is top 10 play of the year.
No, yeah. Because to
that
break two
is-
tackles at the same time, spin out of them, and then immediately turn on the Jets, and then just
And they
run
all
in.
thought he stepped out of bounds.
Okay, but here's the thing. Tell me why everybody's like, "Oh, Miami's defense is the best thing."
Who's
They're
saying
not.
that?
It's all over Twitter.
That's
Who has
a,
ever said that?
that's a disgusting
They're
thing.
saying
Miami has
Miami's
always
defense.
had a
They're saying
mid-defense.
Miami in the offseason really stepped up the defense to take on the Bills.
They added
that was
Bradley
worse.
Chubb
yeah,
and Jalen Ramsey. That's
exactly.
it.
And Eli Apple, who was inactive yesterday.
Who, by the way, is an awful corner.
Yeah,
He's
Yeah.
one
and
of
an
the-
awful human being as well. I'd like
Yeah.
to point that out. But anyway,
I think
fire Fangio. This guy's a clown. Wow, the Dolphins fans really turned quick. It's kind of like the Bills fans after we lost to the Jets, right?
Yeah. It was immediately like,
Oh my God.
what's Josh doing? What's
Why?
McDermott-
Why? Again, overreaction. The Dolphins are going to be fine. We're going to play them 3 times. Another one in Miami and another one in the playoffs. I'm
Yeah.
telling you right now. It's just how it's going to be.
I don't want to see him 3 times. No, thank you.
They're a good team. We're going to see them 3 times.
No.
They're better than the Jets.
We don't have
And
to see him 3 times.
The Bengals aren't going, so that opens up another spot right there too.
Hot take. 3 AFC South teams make it to the playoffs.
I don't.
3, not 2. 3.
What are the 3 that you're choosing?
Jacksonville, Houston, Tennessee.
I'm okay with the first 2. I don't see Tennessee making it.
I can see Tennessee making it if that offense plays like it did yesterday.
Yeah.
I mean, if they are running the ball efficiently and are able to pass sometimes, I think they're fine. That's what they did to have a really good season and be the number 1 seed a little while back.
Yeah.
So, I mean, of course, things have changed and they have a worse defense and worse low line.
My
but-
faith in Tannehill has just declined immensely. Derrick Henry's still him after having
Derrick Henry
an
is
awful
the
game
king.
against Cleveland.
Yeah.
But also that Cleveland defensive line is insane.
Here's the thing. Let's look at Josh Allen, okay?
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to pull up Tua, though, for future reference. Stats this season. Okay. All right, I got both of them right here. Josh Allen, September 11th at New York Jets. We're going to start from the beginning of the season. 70.7% completion percentage. With 3 interceptions, that is not bad.
No.
Okay? 236 yards, 1 touchdown, 3 interceptions, 62.7% passer rating. Not good. Next week against the Raiders, 83.8% completion percentage, 274 yards, 3 touchdowns, 0 interceptions, 124.5 passer rating. It's the first one of this season that's over 120.
Yeah.
Against the Commanders, another great game, 62.5% completion percentage, a little lower. He took some more shots downfield that game. 218 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 interception, 79.9% passer rating. Not horrible, not the best, right? Compared to the season, I should say. Yesterday, talk about a perfect game. 84% completion percentage, 320 yards in the air, 4 touchdowns, 0 interceptions, and a passer rating of 158.3. 158.
Does anybody else hate passer rating? I really have to ask that question.
You hate it? Why do you hate
passer
it?
rating.
Why do you hate it?
I just feel like you're judging a quarterback. I understand the gist of it, of like, oh, this is how well a quarterback did throwing wise, interception, and touchdown. It's a collective rating on how they did. Of course, that's why it's called passer rating. But I feel like it doesn't matter what the passer rating is. I think sometimes we make it a bigger deal than it needs to be. Because at the end of the day, who cares what your passer rating is if you won the game? Who cares? Who looked at the Commanders game and said, "Oh, 79.9, not that good"? Nobody, because they won. I just think it's a useless stat to have. I may be the only one on that.
No,
train,
I can see what you're saying.
but
I do.
I feel like it's an extra thing that we can like complain about or add to somebody's stat to make them seem better or worse than they actually are.
I agree with that. I also somewhat I like to look at passer rating and just see where everyone ranks, I guess. I don't know. What do you think, Frank?
No, I mean, I agree to a point. I think passer rating is fine, but for that to be like the main stat that people are going to look at, I think it's a little. I think there's other things that we have to look at other than just passer rating.
Right, exactly. I mean, that's why you look at everything: completion percentage, yardage, 4 touchdowns, right, all that stuff.
Nick Wright brings it up all the time.
Yeah, he
talking
does
about Josh
because
Allen.
he cherry picks stats. That's
Yeah.
why, because he's only going after the Bills because people get mad about it. But anyway, in yesterday's Buffalo Bills victory, Josh Allen became the second player in NFL history with a 300-plus pass yards game, 4-plus touchdown passes, and 1 rushing touchdown, and a 158.3 passer rating, the highest attainable mark in a single game. Second player in NFL history. Aaron Rodgers did so in Week 7 of the 2019 season, in the MVP season.
Was 2019 was his MVP
It was
season.
that was the first of the back-to-back, I
Yeah.
believe, yeah. And I don't know. This guy isn't it, right? A couple weeks ago, the entire media. This guy, he's not a quarterback.
He's
just a
washed.
gunslinger. He's washed. He needs to learn how to be a quarterback. I don't see Mahomes having this stat, do you?
Mahomes, Tua.
Well, it's funny you bring up that stat, and that's Aaron Rodgers, one of his MVP seasons, right?
Mm-hmm.
You remember his Week 1 game?
It was awful.
Disgusting.
10-3 against the Chicago Bears.
Yeah, exactly.
I remember it because it was.
It was
everyone
one
was
of
like,
the most underwhelming starts ever because it was in prime time. It was it was supposed to be a massacre against the Bears.
Yeah, the ownership stake was at jeopardy after that.
I
game.
mean,
I still remember the drop.
yeah.
From
Right?
that game. It's when he dropped. I remember that.
it's like I think people just want to.
The media
know-
likes to jump.
Yeah.
The national media, I should say.
I think even sometimes us. I think sometimes us when something really goes bad and you just have like certain feelings about it, you just want to jump ship for a bit. I mean,
Just jump ship.
trust me. I
Yeah, like the Sabres.
Oh.
He's been overboard for a couple years now,
Yeah.
though, I feel like.
Oh, he's gone. Dan, the Panthers have some nice room. We're good.
I had to do it. I'm sorry. I was like,
He's
it's-
gone.
Yeah, I know. Left his laptop and everything. I think he's got to take a walk. But anyway, I'll pull out another stat. Josh Allen had to watch 6 players get drafted ahead of him, including Baker Mayfield, Sam Darnold. Baker Mayfield, though, is kind of looking up now.
Did you see his stats from yesterday?
I'll get to that. I wanted
Because-
to highlight those for you specifically. Now, Allen has the third most total touchdowns, 187 of any quarterback in their first 6 seasons.
Imagine the Jets
Did that,
with
did
Josh
that door
Allen.
just open
Which door?
behind me? Or did you leave it open, Dan?
I don't think he.
I left it open.
Okay.
Oh.
I'm
Hey,
telling
I
you,
thought-
some creepy things are happening.
Yeah.
here.
Okay. Anyway,
Woo!
Allen, the third most total touchdowns, 187 of any quarterback in their first 6 seasons in NFL history, behind only Marino and Mahomes. And the third most rushing touchdowns, 40 of any quarterback in NFL history, behind only Steve Young and Cam Newton. And we know that's all Cam Newton did was rush.
Yeah.
So since Allen's less than stellar Week 1 performance, he's looked like the best quarterback in the NFL. Allen has racked up 812 passing yards on 72 for 94, 77% of passing, with 10 total touchdowns and 3 wins. The Bills won the 2018 NFL Draft.
Imagine Josh Allen with Adam Gase.
Mm-hmm.
That would be disastrous,
jeez.
especially in the old Jets uniform. Like this
Yeah.
is.
Well, here's the thing. I don't want to imagine Josh Allen in any other uniform.
No.
I'm going to be honest with you. But Dorsey's found his footing. That was a spot I was really questioning after
Give that man his flowers.
Yeah, after Week 1, everyone turned right on him immediately.
Yeah.
Not on Joe Brady, the quarterback's coach, at all. No blame for him. All on Dorsey. Not even as much on McDermott. Oh, Dorsey
I didn't
ran on
hear much
second.
about McDermott.
No, Dorsey ran on 2nd and 15. It was him and Allen. They ruined that game. Dorsey is called the 3 smartest looking games the Bills have called in a long time. He knows what he's doing. He's paper cutting away the defenses. He's using the 3 running backs we have, utilizing them properly. How can he be mad? The guy's fallen into place where he should be. The Dorsey cam they're showing at every game now because of his freak out last year.
Yeah.
Okay, like you see that too, right?
Right,
They
yeah,
always,
of course.
no other offensive coordinator is ever panned to. It's just him, and when he gets excited, it's always him
I remember
hitting the table.
especially when they covered the camera to stop from seeing what else he's gonna
the
do.
hand just
yeah.
reaching in front.
You just see it come in the frame.
Yeah.
Like
Well, I think last year this Dolphins team, I think he took that loss to heart, and also when we played him later in the season, Allen had that UCL injury.
because that was like later in the season
Yeah.
where like everyone could tell.
Yeah. The Bills did not look good because their quarterback was not 100% and couldn't do what he did yesterday. Those short passes over the middle, he couldn't. That's why 3rd and 5, you were throwing it 30 yards down the field.
Yeah.
Because it had to have been something where if he snapped it that quick like that, because he likes to go a little more sidearm when he's doing it like that, had to have hurt him. So they probably were steering clear not to tear it because you couldn't afford to sit him and put Case Keenum in at that point.
No.
You know what I mean? So, healthy Josh Allen and Ken Dorsey calling plays, I am thoroughly enjoying that so far this season.
Please fill out the Ken Dorsey
Apology form. And
on my Twitter, I made one.
did you?
Yes.
I saw
Okay,
it, yeah.
I'm going to
Way
retweet
back,
it.
September 12th.
But real quick before we keep talking here. We got some new liners in there if no one noticed.
Buffalo as wings.
Yeah. Yeah. You like those? You like those?
That is my favorite one.
Wings.
Come on.
It's so good.
You gotta love it. I mean, it's just it's a good vibes day. Good. Anyway, we didn't look at Tua's stats. We only went through Josh Allen's, then we got excited, and then we'll look at Baker's too. Okay. So on the regular season so far, 74.8% completion percentage, 1,048 yards, 9 touchdowns, 4 interceptions, 106.6 passer rating. Okay. So Tua, week 1, threw for 466 yards against the Chargers. Okay.
Yeah.
62.2% completion percentage, 3 touchdowns, 1 interception, 110 passer rating. September 17th at the Patriots, 70% completion percentage, 249 in the air, 249 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 interception, 92.2% passer rating. Not bad at all. Against the Broncos, we know, 88.5% completion percentage, 309 yards, 4 touchdowns, no interceptions, 155.8 passer rating.
And his longest throw was over just 20 yards.
over 20 yards, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It was yak, man.
Yeah,
Yeah, Tyreek.
Yeah.
he's the yak
Because
god.
the Broncos couldn't tackle to save their lives.
They couldn't.
They didn't. The Bills. That's what everyone was saying. I'm like, what are you talking about? That he was this fantastic? Yeah, again, your point about the passer rating, this is so inflated, it's not even funny.
Right.
Because it was just yards after catch.
Yeah.
It wasn't him throwing. You know what I mean? Like, you're absolutely correct on that. I'm with you. But it's like, okay, you threw 4 touchdowns. That was Tyreek Hill running for a touchdown.
It was more like rushing touchdowns.
Yeah, pretty much. But then against the Bills, 71.4% completion percentage, 282 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 interception, 92.8% passer rating. Remember how 155.8% passer rating? Oh, no one else is going to do that this season. Josh Allen, 158.9 or 158.3, sorry. 320 yards, 309 yards. So Allen actually threw longer passes and got more yardage and had a better rating and everything. So, I don't know. Like, I like Tua. I'm not going to sit here and say I despise him.
Yeah.
He's a good dude. He can play quarterback. He's overcoming adversity after those injuries. You know, like, you can't really hate the guy. I mean, he's coming back from a lot, right?
Right.
But
yeah,
at the same
no.
time, like, know your role and shut your mouth, you jabroni.
Right.
You know, like come on, like let's think for a second here. You're not top dog. Win the AFC East, and then you can really talk what you want to talk.
Yeah, no, he's a good quarterback.
he's
Everyone knows
had great
that.
games this season.
It's
without
just,
a doubt.
When you look at it, Bills and Dolphins now have the same record. They're both 3-1. Josh Allen is now officially the better quarterback. I think everyone knows it now. Who is the top dog in the AFC East?
Well, I was just shocked when Tua, with the post-game conference, said that we needed this. Some guys got a little too cocky. It's like,
Who's he calling out with that? Is the
Yeah,
question.
who-
Tyreek Hill, probably. Because he's like,
Tyreek.
nah, those fans are like any other. Like,
Right.
Tyreek always likes to poke at the Bills fans, though, so I don't really take anything
no,
by
but
what
I
he's
do
saying.
wonder who was like celebrating and opening the champagne after week 3.
Well, here's
Yeah.
the thing. You can look at it. Okay? Let's see. There's a photo. I put it on my Instagram story. And it's like, what a difference a week makes. I got to find it. Sorry. Pulling it up real quick.
I do have a funny little...
Yeah, while I'm finding this.
Yeah, I have a little funny thing found by Mr. Howard Simon, former Buff State alumni. And it's an article from Jay Sersky. And this is the opening to the article. The list of minority owners of the Miami Dolphins include Venus and Serena Williams, Gloria and Emilio Estefan, Mark Anthony, and Fergie.
Fergie.
Mark Anthony.
It might be time to add Josh Allen to that list.
Gosh.
Wikipedia already did. Someone changed
that
it.
right? Oh.
Yeah,
Yeah.
someone has.
It's great.
Josh
I love
Allen.
when they do that.
I love it too. All right, so this photo, 70-20. I don't know if you can see it, Frank. And look at it's in Hill's in the stands with the fans,
Yeah.
going crazy.
And is it just
then
him
it's
on the bench just
him
pouting?
with Waddle on the bench, just sitting there pouting. Maybe it was. You do need a humbling game. Week 1, that Jets game, humbling game.
Yeah. Especially for Josh.
Yep.
To be like,
It was
I
all
can't-
on me. I
yeah.
can't be doing that, you know. But I liked what Ryan Clark said this morning. Okay, I normally don't like to quote him because he says some off the wall things. He's a big Miami homer. Or no, that's Ocho or Emmanuel Acho. Never mind. Ryan Clark, I don't mind. He's like, Josh Allen wasn't. Have you seen Superman movies?
yeah.
Henry Cavill
Yeah.
is the most recent one.
Yeah.
Big guy. Christopher Reeve, the original, a little more slender guy, but Superman.
Yeah.
Josh Allen put the Christopher Reeve cape on. He wasn't Henry Cavill with all the muscles, right? And doing everything all himself.
Mm-hmm.
He put that cape on and led that team, but still did what he needed to do. Like, he was the Christopher Reeve Superman you want.
That's actually a sick analogy.
It is.
Like,
isn't
I've
it?
never heard
No, that was the first time I heard that. I had to comment on that. I just
That
thought
is
that was
to
good.
compare Superman capes to who would put that's sick.
Yeah, to the actor that portrayed, which is absolutely 100% true, though.
Yeah.
Like, that makes sense, what he said. And I don't know. It's exciting to see the team rallying around him and, like, doing what they need to do. James Cook has really impressed me more than I thought he was going to this season.
Yeah.
I thought running up the middle for him was going to be a problem.
It's not a problem.
No.
I think just the running room in general, we all
Yeah.
just kind of thought was like that's
Yeah.
going to be the
Allen
the
has
thing they have
not
to
really
fix.
rushed for more than a couple of those touchdowns where he's just jogged in, like that
Yeah.
finger roll, and then the one yesterday where he did the emoji face.
I mean, I do wonder what the running back room would have been with Hines healthy.
I know.
But it could have been a blessing in disguise. You never know.
Well, we wouldn't have had Latavius Murray or
Damian Harris, one or
Damian
the
Harris.
other.
Yeah.
So
You all right in there, buddy? You sure?
Frank's Frank's alive. Nope. Maybe.
We're good.
We're good.
Okay. All right, Baker Mayfield's stats, all right? We're gonna rotate to the Bucks for a minute here. We'll give
If Frank's not.
Yeah, if
in-
you're
good.
if you're
I'm good.
if you're good.
It's
I'm
not
having a
dying.
coughing attack over there. So Baker Mayfield, as Google lists him as a football quarterback. So, we have that accurate.
That's good. That Google got that right.
Okay, so regular season overall, he has a passer rating of over 101.5.
For the season?
Yep.
Yeah.
69.6% completion percentage on the season, 882 yards, 7 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. For a guy that was written off because
2
he
years ago.
played through a torn labium, I forget what it actually is.
He had a shoulder injury.
Yeah, but he played through it and then actually fully tore it.
Yeah. And then the Browns were like, no.
No, we're going to sign the creep.
And then obviously the Panthers stint, which was awful.
Yeah, because he was still recovering, though.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's like he showed out in that Rams game last year, and everyone was like, okay, he still
He
can play. The Bucks, I'm glad, took the chance after losing Brady because that's a team that he could make a mark with a good receiving room, decent running back room with Rashad White.
Decent.
Nothing crazy. But that could be fixed. That's probably the next thing they're going to fix if they move
That's
Baker.
the big thing we need to fix.
Yeah.
Bring back
but with a
playoff
good
Lenny.
defense, good offensive line, no Leonard
I don't
Fournette.
want Leonard Fournette.
Oh my
You don't
God!
want Leonard
No, the
Fournette?
Bills. I remember in the offseason, it was either the Bills were going to pick up Derrick Henry or Leonard Fournette.
Yeah, it was
if
between
we
them.
I
picked
really
up
wish it was Derrick
if we
Henry.
picked up
I
Leonard
really wish it
Fournette
was Derrick
over
Henry.
Derrick Henry, the front office needed to be cleared out.
Well,
And I stand
Derrick
by
Henry
that.
You
Like,
would have had to trade it for, but still.
I'm sorry if you really look at playoff Lenny's stats.
I know
They were
you
not
don't.
good.
I know.
No.
I know.
no. But
It
anyway,
was just a fun comment.
But no, overall, that was
Baker's having a good season.
he's having a great season.
Yeah.
And it's
And I think the guys are rallying around him. Everyone looks like they're kind of having fun on the
Todd
Bucs.
Bowles. This is
The most emoting
The
I've ever
most-
seen him do.
electric I've ever seen this man do anything. He's saying yeah every week in the locker room. Vita Vea is saying some pretty sus stuff, but it's funny.
Yeah. Ugh, yeah.
That entire Devin White is still the head of that defense. Levante David is still. And Antoine Winfield Jr., who's could arguably be the best safety in the league. He put up an amazing game yesterday.
Yeah.
He was all over the Saints offense.
Mhm.
I don't.
The Saints, though, their defense is good. They've been taking the life out of a lot of teams.
Yeah.
It's low scoring most of the time because their offense is kind of crummy. But
And I don't know what they have to do there.
no, you think Derek Carr would be able to do something, but I guess
Especially
not.
with Michael Thomas and Chris Olave.
Well, and how he played in Vegas, especially when they went to the playoffs that year after beating the Raiders or beating the Chargers. It was like that team had a future. If they kept Rich Bisaccia around, they would have been absolutely fine. When you hired Josh McDaniel, who's already failed a coaching stint in the NFL, I don't understand why that was even a thought.
just
Talk about wasting.
stay an offensive coordinator.
You had your
Go away.
coach. You had the guy
Yeah.
your guys rallied around and wanted to play for. But no, I think that's part of the problem with Vegas right now. Derek
don't-
Carr wanted out. It wasn't the same anymore without Bisaccia because Josh McDaniels is horrible. I'm sorry.
No,
he is.
he's an awful coach.
Yeah, he should be an OC. That's it. It's not like Dable where he jumped to a coach and, last year had a great season. This season's not
This
looking as
season's
great.
Not looking.
It's the offensive line. That's really it. Danny Dimes and they paid him too early. I would have seen another season
Joe,
out of
it's
him.
like the whole roster. It's not just the offensive
Yeah, but Barkley
line.
went down too. You know what I mean?
Well,
like
you don't have an offensive line, a healthy offensive
you have a
line.
meh quarterback.
And who was he throwing to other
Hey,
than Darren
it's-
Waller?
Yeah.
And
And
Isaiah Hodgins, you can kind of mix in there.
No, you need a wide
He is the
receiver and a
touchdown
better
guy.
O
That
line.
is
He
the one
is,
thing.
but if that's the guy that you have to
Cole
account
Beasley?
Right, but
for-
your number one is the
To throw
number
to Cole
six.
Beasley.
Beasley's not playing right now.
He's on the squad, I think.
He's on the practice squad.
Yeah, why aren't you
bring
why
up
aren't you
Beasley.
elevating Beasley for your slot guy?
Because they have Slayton and Sterling Shepard. They
If-
don't need him right now.
If the Bucks did it, I'm sure the Giants can.
right, but
and
I'm
the
saying
Bills.
they don't
Yeah.
need to.
He was a buck and a bill in the same season.
I forget that. Was this after?
Yeah,
So
after
he went- did he
fake
go Bucks
retired,
He
Bills?
retired
back.
after the Bucks because he hit a career mark that he wanted to hit.
All right.
And then walked. And then the Bills reached out to him because we needed a slot guy because we had no receiver depth. And remember how the injury reports were last year.
2 pages long.
Yeah, so they reached out to Bees and he came back and he dropped a couple passes. Yeah, he didn't really do anything. So it was just failed restint, you could say, instead of whatever. But I don't know. It's going to be interesting to see what the Giants do. But yeah, Baker, no questions, he's going to be their starter for a while. I hope Mike Evans sticks around. In the offseason, they get something going. No teams reached out, clearly.
No,
so it's like, because he's older. Like, that's just it. You know, like, it's like when Diggs' stint with the Bills, his contract's up.
Yeah.
You're not going to be able to you're not going to be able to go get the money you want from another team. The best bet you have is to stay with the current team and renegotiate.
Also, I don't think he's leaving, because if you look in the crowd at Raymond James, almost every sign is pay Mike.
Mm-hmm.
And he has like
he knows he's wanted.
No, yeah. And he's like such a deep-rooted connection now with that whole area.
Yeah. He won a Super Bowl with them. Like,
is the greatest wide receiver to ever play for us.
Yeah.
So it's like,
unfortunately, I do still think this season the Niners will be the Super Bowl representatives, but
no, I mean, yeah.
They have the best defense in football, and Brock Purdy's the perfect system quarterback for what they've got going there. Truthfully, Purdy does so well because of Shanahan's system.
Yeah.
Do you agree with that?
Oh, of course. I mean, anybody can look good.
Like, that's why Jimmy G looked fantastic, and this
Nick
season
Mullins
he
looked good in it.
Right.
Okay, like let's not get overzealous here. It's just that their game plan and their playbook is so simple. It's just hand the ball to McCaffrey or throw the ball to fast guy Debo Samuel.
Debo Samuel, Brandon Ayuk.
Or throw to big guy George Kittle.
The COC option wasn't a thing until last year.
Yeah.
And they were still a very, going to the Super Bowl.
Halfway
and they were
through last year, yeah.
Yeah.
It's their defense, really. Like, it's what you see. Like, their defense is, honestly, the Bills are starting to look like a representation of that in the AFC.
Yeah.
The Bills' defense, you think losing Tremaine Edmonds was going to set us way back? Terrell Bernard
absolutely not.
Has another fumble recovery in this game that Matt Milano causes.
Right.
That linebacker room we have right now is unreal, Dan.
But you weren't saying that before.
I was saying it last week, and you told me to cool my jets, but this week I'm going to say it.
Well, I mean, in the sense that
we weren't saying it.
I didn't mean just you, but
Well,
I mean like in general. Nobody was saying
we weren't saying
that
it
the
before.
linebacker room was great. I think they proved themselves, and now that Bernard.
Well, we also didn't see Bernard play at all in the preseason because he had an injury.
Right.
So we had no gauge of how he was going to play. He didn't play last year, because we had Tremaine. So that's why Milano, you always know, is going to be goated. He's having an all-pro season right now.
I hope Tremaine likes his money in Chicago.
I know. Dude, just think, though. The Bills, fleeced Chicago on that one. Like, they didn't trade him, of course,
it's
but
like
we
Chicago just really overpaid.
Yeah, but,
They were
still...
paid for a lot.
Extremely overpaid.
Yeah, and that's the thing, though. The Bills avoided paying that money. So I have major respect for that. And Terrell Bernard might be a next jersey pickup for me.
But I remember all the tweets. Oh, we should have kept Edmonds over Poyer.
Edmonds is a good tackler. Okay, he is. That's all he does. There's no splash plays with him. There really aren't. Milano and Bernard are similar in the fact that they're great. They're great in pass coverage.
Terrell was good enough to be a Pro Bowl guy. I mean, and even though the Pro Bowl's not that hard to get into it. Yeah.
You said Terrell.
You said Terrell.
Did I say Terrell?
Yeah.
Okay, I meant Tremaine.
He was a Pro Bowl linebacker, absolutely. He had a good season last year. That's why he was paid the money. But, how we were worried we, paid Ed Oliver and it was going to be a Tremaine situation and all that? Ed Oliver, riding that horse, he's out there eating this season. I think because he got paid the money, he's like, I need to prove that I'm actually worth this contract.
Which is very different from half the players that got paid this past offseason.
Yeah, right. I don't know. The Bills are looking like the team to beat in the AFC right now, especially with the way the Chiefs played last night and the Bengals have been playing. The top three teams in the AFC, I mean, what happened last night to the Chiefs is the question. What do you think?
I genuinely have no idea.
A reality check? Because
that's the thing, though. The Jets' defense is good. Everyone discredits that team because of Zach Wilson. I'm like, the reason the Bills lost is because, first, Allen, of course, that was all on him. I'm going to be honest with you. 3 interceptions, but the defense put pressure on him to throw those down the field. You know what I mean? It's just they have a good defense. Their defensive front is scary. And I think the Chiefs really saw that last night big time. What do you think?
Zach Wilson had a legacy game last night.
He did, but then he muffed it at the end, unfortunately. I wanted the Jets to actually win that game because then we play the Jets again. Say we win 1-1.
I'd rather have them lose.
You'd rather have the Jets lose?
I'd rather have the Jets lose.
They're 1-3 though. They would have been 2-2.
2-2.
Yeah, they're 1-2. I meant they would have been 2-2.
Really?
Still,
you would rather
I
have
like
the Jets?
seeing-
I'd rather
many-
have the Chiefs drop a game
Yeah.
that the Bills have dropped because
You
now
play
there's a
the Chiefs,
tiebreaker
though.
there. Now there's a tiebreaker.
You play the Chiefs, though.
But-
Hey, what tiebreaker?
But out of
Why would
any
you
AFC team,
We
what
play the Chiefs.
tiebreaker?
What are you talking about?
Yeah, that's
So
what
you
I
wouldn't
just
want
said.
you wouldn't want them to drop a game to the Jets? Because
If
we
you
play the
beat
Jets again?
If you beat the Chiefs, there's no need for them to lose to the Jets because they have lost to you. So as long as you do good enough, you win the first seed.
No. I think
No!
if they lose to the Jets here and then we beat the Jets again, that's a better feeling in my opinion
Yeah.
than and we beat the Chiefs too. I'm not saying we're going to lose to the Chiefs. That's not what I'm saying at all.
But why would you?
Why wouldn't you want them to lose to the Jets and then beat the Chiefs and then beat the Jets again?
Because A, it was never going to happen.
It was going to happen, Dan. It
No,
was
it
20-20.
they were literally on a game-winning drive.
Yeah.
Never going to happen.
That's absurd
And-
to say
and
that,
B,
but okay.
Zach Wilson was on fire.
Yeah,
he made
that
one
is one of the most absurd things I've heard. That was never
He was
going to
dropping
happen.
bombs to Alan Lazard, Randall Cobb.
Yeah.
Like he was balling out. And he felt it into that last drive.
Yeah.
Where of course, you drop a ball like that, it hurts and it sucks for him. But you can't tell me that everyone thought, oh no, the Jets aren't going to score.
I thought
I wasn't worried. I was thinking Chiefs were going to win the game still.
I didn't want the Chiefs to win the game again because then we beat the Chiefs and they're down a game on the Jets and we
Look,
beat the Jets again.
I don't
just think
care
that's a better
who won
situation.
that game because, in all honesty, if you are confident as a Bills fan, you know you will beat the Jets, you know you will beat the Chiefs, and there's no worry about anything because the Chiefs can lose to the Chargers, the Chiefs can lose to the Raiders. They've done that multiple times. The Chiefs could even lose to the Broncos with how they played. It
The
does
Broncos
not
always play
matter.
the Chiefs tough.
But I think that's
it
what
does.
Joe's saying is that to have the Jets beat the Chiefs.
Well, I'm saying it could happen at any time. It doesn't have to be the Jets.
Yeah, but why wouldn't you want it to be a divisional opponent?
Because I like seeing the divisional opponent lose. You're not supposed to root for the divisional opponent.
Yeah, but
that's
you're
like
also-
the whole point.
You're not supposed to root for a conference opponent either. That's a rival, Dan.
That has taken you out twice.
In the AFC Championship?
3 times.
No, twice. You're right, twice. AFC Championship in the divisional round in 2021. Why would you want to be a game ahead of them? In 2 ways.
Especially in the team that everyone sees as that favorite.
Yeah.
Because
The
I
Jets
believe-
aren't going to do anything with Zach Wilson. I'm sorry. He can have a great game. Do it against the Chiefs.
Yeah.
If you're going to do it. Do it against the big dogs in the AFC.
Because at the end of the day, I don't think it will matter. I don't think it matters. The game that matters is Bills versus Chiefs when we get there. That's the only game
If
that's
that
gonna
really
matter.
mattered, it didn't, though, Dan.
Huh?
The past few times, we've won in the regular season and lost in the
Okay.
postseason.
Joe,
So why did that matter?
I want to tell you. Okay. So let's say the Bills go undefeated for this stretch and we get all the way to Kansas City. Let's say Kansas City lost last night and they get all the way, but they win the rest of their games until the Bills game. If the Bills lose that game to the Chiefs, they lose the tiebreaker, they go ahead. It doesn't matter either way. At some point, unless if you win against the Chiefs, nothing matters. Nothing freaking matters. All right? Nothing. You can say, oh, but they lost to the Jets. Doesn't matter. Did you beat them? No, you don't have the first seed.
You play him again, though.
You play who again?
The Jets. They're a divisional opponent. You play them twice a year. They beat the Chiefs here. The Chiefs are down a game. Then you beat the Chiefs in Arrowhead.
I'm not
Then you
saying
beat the Jets.
Joe, you're missing the complete.
No, I'm not. You're not even making a point. Frank and I have been saying the same thing for the past 10 minutes.
You guys
What?
are just a confusing.
What?
Yes, I will go there.
Dan, there's nothing to be confused about. We've been laying it out for the past 10 minutes.
No, you haven't. You've been
Frank,
saying
Frank, you
that
lay
you
it out
rather
then,
the
'cause we've been
Jets
talking
win,
about it.
the Chiefs lose, even though I'm saying it doesn't matter if the Chiefs lose because it only matters when the Bills face the Chiefs. And you have not been saying that.
That's exactly what I've been
No,
saying.
it has not.
I would have
I'm done.
Talk about an overreaction.
Why is he leaving again?
He's leaving again. Second time on the show.
Oh my god!
Because he can't comprehend what we're even saying.
He's gonna come over here and kill me.
I know he is.
He's gonna punt kick me. No,
Do you understand what I'm saying?
I know what we're saying.
I'd rather, because we play the Jets again.
And also, you shouldn't. Yes, the Jets did beat you, but I think Allen probably.
It wasn't a game that we were going to win. Allen was not going to win that game.
No,
that was a rough game. But I'm not saying I'm rooting for divisional opponents.
No,
I'd just rather see the Chiefs drop another game before we end up closing out with them for the number 1 seed in the AFC.
Because no matter what, it's coming down to these two.
I know the Jets aren't going to be a problem for us in the playoffs at all without Aaron Rodgers.
They may not even make the playoffs.
No, the way they've been playing the past 3 weeks, they played a good game last night. But it makes no sense to say you wanted the Chiefs to win that when they could be down a game, technically.
Yeah.
Then you beat the Jets again and them in the regular season. So that helps your end-of-season standings. Like, I don't really understand what was not being understood there, but...
He's not even back.
No. This is interesting. But, I don't know. I think, on that note, we're going to take a quick break. Then we're going to recap just the scores of the rest of the games and talk Monday Night Football. But we'll be back with more of the Blitz right after this. Welcome back to the Blitz on 91.3 FM WBNY Buffalo. And now I think I want to take a look at the NFL Week 4 slate and just kind of briefly recap some of these scores and then take a look at tonight's matchup. Is there 2?
One.
Just one.
Just one again?
Just Giants. Yeah.
Just back to 1. Do you like the 2 matchups on Monday Night Football or no?
No.
I like watching it on ESPN Plus.
That's fair. I mean...
Yeah.
But no.
I mean, at least it's on my phone and I can take it with me. That's probably the only nice thing about it.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Well, the Seattle Seahawks are taking on the New York Giants. 2-1 Seahawks, 1-2 Giants. Yikes. All right. Anyway, let's get through the rest of the slate here. Sorry, I gotta expand the list.
Expand.
So here we go. We saw Falcons Jags. Who watched the Toy Story cast?
I tried waking up early and I caught the last quarter of it.
Did you?
It was fine. It was cool.
I think I was just impressed how they were able to do it real time.
Yeah.
Yeah, I watched it because I was at work and we didn't know ESPN Plus. So my one coworker and I just sat at the one desk and watched toy version of Bijan Robinson just
Oh my god.
Take
Juke.
someone's ankles.
Yeah, take the ankles. Bijan Toy Robinson. So
if they just work on it a little bit more. It was a little
that could be-
buggy.
yeah.
It's honestly a really cool concept.
I think the ball, when it moved too quick, it
Yeah.
couldn't track it.
They
That was-
called a touchdown even though it was a dropped pass. I
Yeah.
saw
technically, yeah. But again, the ball moves too quick sometimes. I think for that tracker to really, I don't know, get an accurate
Just-
representation
yeah.
of what it is.
Yeah, no, just work on it.
Yeah.
It's a really sick idea.
Okay, they won up Nickelodeon, though. I will say that.
But
Slime time, I mean.
slime time, but
and
also
Patrick,
having
like, I
Patrick.
didn't mean to throw it there.
Russ isn't cooking.
Yeah, what is he cooking? Yeah. Whenever he said that, yeah, I guess. Right. But
no,
it
this
was a cool concept because you actually, it was funny to see, Booger McFarlane in toy form. That
Yeah.
kind of threw me for a loop. And then they had, the halftime show for the kids, and the claw was the ball spotter.
Yeah.
No refs. Slinky Dog is the yardage
He's the
marker
yardage.
was actually brilliant. I didn't even think about that. So I was like, okay, I'll watch another Andy's Room broadcast.
Yeah, I'll watch it again. It's
Yeah.
fun.
Is it on there still to rewatch?
On
I
Disney
don't know.
Plus?
It might be. They have to.
Probably not.
They were
there's
playing this music, though, the ESPN, all the primetime music, heavy on that, because it's the old jingle music. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Not any of the modern stuff. But all right, next game, not in Andy's bedroom. The Rams outdo the Colts. We talked about Matt Stafford's hip injury, 29-23. Overtime. That was a good one to watch.
Stop sleeping on the Colts.
Yeah. Anthony Richardson looking more and more like a young you-know-who the more he does.
Yeah.
So that'll be interesting to see how that pans out. The Cleveland frowns. They're frowning on the sideline today.
Backup quarterback.
Yeah.
That was the wrong
And
idea.
the mask walking into the building as well.
That was dope, though.
That
Yeah.
was cold. That was something.
And it turns out Watson was cleared to play, but he didn't feel like he could go.
28-3. Cry about it. He's making his money, no matter what.
He should be making money in jail, but whatever.
Yeah. Anyway, next game. Also a fun game to watch. Kirk Cousins gets laid out while trying to stop his pick six. 21-13. Vikings win it, though.
Barely. I thought Carolina put up a decent, especially that pick six.
Yeah.
I've learned.
Adam Thielen.
He's balling.
He's looking like a good flex option in fantasy football. Just
Yeah.
traded Jerome Ford for him. Might have fleeced if he continues to perform.
He put up like 20-something.
I have learned to increase my fantasy hate for Justin Jefferson.
Yeah. Unfortunately. Anyway, next game. Another absolute devastation game. The Titans take the Bengals 27-3.
This is... If
The
you're a
King.
Bengals fan, you're scared. Oh, God, here
boy.
it comes.
Okay. Oh, boy.
The King!
He balled.
Yeah, he crowned him. That man put up an absolute performance yesterday.
He did. You can't complain.
No.
I can't believe I picked the
it's a
Bengals.
return to form for Derrick Henry that we haven't seen in a while.
Yeah.
So good to see that. The Bengals, though, Joe Burrow, they ruined him and the season. Should have sat him. You didn't. Now your season's in jeopardy. So we're going to see how that ends up. Next game.
Oh, God.
26-9
Oh,
Bucks.
my God.
The weekend of blowouts, literally,
Yeah.
though. Like, holy cow, single-digit blowouts. Like,
The catch from Trey Palmer in the end zone,
Yep.
where he just kind of like just went
over
up
the
and
top.
grabbed it.
Yep.
That was insane.
Yep. You're
Def-
seeing
like
other
I said-
guys step up when Mike Evans went down, too.
Yeah.
Some fantasy
Devin
free agent
Tompkins.
pickups possible
Hey, I
there.
did say the Kate Ogden show on
Yeah.
Yeah,
Friday.
you did. I said he needs to start.
I
K-Dot needs
can't
to.
believe I was right on that.
That behemoth of a man with no gloves needs to stop dropping passes, and of course,
Yep.
takes one in the end zone. But
Look at
still,
that.
we need to look at the Saints and how they're headhunting us now.
Yeah, right, exactly.
It was
It was
a scary hit.
no,
because he stayed down.
We'll
for
be
a
the
little bit.
first to let anyone know on Bountygate 2.0. We're gonna have to see how that goes. So it's better than Dookie Gate with OBJ. But anyway, 48-20, the Bills take over the Dolphins.
We talk so much about it.
We talk so much
still.
about it. That's all I'm saying. Next game, the Broncos overtake the Bears 31-28. We talked a little bit about this one too, since they were the team that had 70 points put up on them the week before by the team that only put up 20 this week. Anyway, next game, Commanders, Eagles only put up 3 points against the Bills last week. The Commanders put up 31 against the Eagles and go to overtime.
It's-
The Eagles end up winning 34-31.
especially with that. I said he's inbound with that when they ruled him out.
What'd you think?
With on his toe.
Loved it. Loved the game.
It was a good game to
It
watch.
deserves to be a good game. I mean, it's a division game. I
Sam
didn't
Howell,
expect
though,
anything
balled
else.
out.
He balled out.
He did.
He made up for last week's performance. But again, Eagles defense isn't necessarily what the Bills is either. So I think that might have helped a little bit. But I give him credit for bouncing back after 3 interceptions last week. So
Yeah.
next game, another blowout with a single digit. Texans over the Steelers 30-6. Well, yikes!
Fire
It- it-
Canada.
Yikes!
Yeah. At least Pickett's not out for the season.
Yeah.
Everybody thought he was going to be out for the season.
Yikers!
But-
30-6.
All I'm saying, it's Mitch season.
I feel so bad for Pickett that, he might have like the same treatment of horrible offensive line, horrible OC, but, only gets 2 years and then he's shipped off.
Yeah, I mean,
We're gonna see another Baker out of it. I feel like I'm worried.
I've never liked him as a quarterback.
But it's time for Mitch!
That's what I'm
I
saying.
know Trubisky actually can play quarterback. I think he's been written off the past couple of years.
Yeah.
In Buffalo, when he came in the scheme, like they were winning 40-0 at that point.
But he looked great.
yeah, he could play the mobile quarterback game. I think. What do you think?
Mitch!
Yeah. Okay, that answers the question. All right, Chargers Raiders, 24-17. The Chargers are now 2-2.
Brandon Staley's still Brandon Staley.
Yep.
Even if they
Lucky
win the
win.
game,
Yeah.
bro. Like, come on, what are you
Will Mack
doing?
has his,
6
best
sacks.
game
Like,
Yeah.
I
ever.
thought this man was done for like his career now, and then all of a sudden,
Oh, yeah, 6 sacks.
like, bro, I
Yeah.
don't know what happened to Khalil
Staley's
Mack.
got to move on. Like they need to move on coaching wise. That's just not working.
He makes so many dumb mistakes.
My brother's a Chargers fan, so it's rough. It's rough whenever he texts me. He's like, the Chargers chargered. I'm like, yeah. Yeah, they did. Anyway, next game. The NFC Super Bowl representatives of this year, 49ers overtake the Cardinals 35-16.
Yeah.
No surprise there. Cardinals have been playing sneakily well, but the 49ers defense is too good.
Yeah,
And
no.
Brock Purdy, I mean, he had 2 total touchdowns. He threw for 200-something yards.
Yeah.
I mean, consistent every week. That's what he looks like. So.
Everybody congratulate the 49ers for being their 3 straight game streak of scoring 30 points.
Yeah.
Now they
This is
scored
their first
35.
time hitting 30.
Really?
They've scored 30 every game. This
Yeah.
is their first time going over 30.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. Wow. Look at that. Another in the final single-digit blowout. The Cowboys roll on the Patriots, 38-3. Yikers.
I don't even know what to say about this game.
Belichick, the defensive schemes that we've seen hold other teams into a competitive game like the Eagles in Week 1 did not work here.
If the Dallas defense is bad, the whole team is bad.
Yeah.
At this point, I mean, Dak Prescott getting in the way of Tony Pollard on the 2-yard line.
Say it with me. Dak is not a good quarterback.
That's why they got Trey Lance. That's why Jerry
My new
Jones just
favorite
did it.
thing, that was stupid.
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 That's why we're going to see Trey Lance at the end of the season when they don't make the playoffs.
I would love to, because I still don't believe in Dak. I never have, never will, never's going to happen.
I face against him next week in fantasy.
Congrats on a win.
And then we're going to just
Hey, he faces San Francisco.
we're going to scrape on this game real quick. 23-20 Chiefs over the Jets. Anyway, next game. Tonight's matchup. Seahawks-Giants.
Seahawks
We've
win.
previewed it. It's time to talk about it. Seahawks win.
Seahawks
Seahawks
win.
Like, come on, is there really much to talk about?
No.
Geno Smith
Their
against
offense
that
is
I'm
horse?
trying to
so
give you 15
explosive.
minutes for an immaculate grid here if you want it.
Look,
That's what I'm queuing up right now.
keep Saquon Barkley out this game so I can play him next week,
Yeah.
okay? I'd rather see him against Miami.
Yeah, please. He's on my injured reserve in
Yeah, I
a big
kinda
league
need
where I
him.
need him to come back with A-Chain. I mean, they're playing each other, though, which kind of sucks, but
Well, it shouldn't suck.
they're still going
Why
to...
should it suck?
Because then, I don't know, I don't like playing guys that are playing each other
Yeah.
in real life.
I just hate
'Cause then I'm
playing
rooting for
people
both.
against
I'm
the
like-
Bills.
Yeah, but I played A-Chain yesterday against the Bills, and he still got 28
Trader.
points. No.
No. When
Yeah.
it comes, it's different in fantasy.
It's different.
No, that's just my special rule.
It was my big free agent roster pickup of the week. I had to play
Your
him.
quarterback was Deshaun Watson. You're a traitor to the rest of humanity.
Yeah, exactly.
It's not like I had a choice
Dan
on
likes
that.
to draft the creep.
You had a choice. It's fantasy football.
You
I
You
actually
literally,
did think
you
Watson
literally
was
have
gonna
a
do
choice.
better. I thought Watson was going to do better.
Who was it
Okay.
between? Who was it between?
I think it was for that draft. It was at that point, Watson, Geno, and
You take Geno.
You take a
You didn't
Geno.
take Geno Smith?
well, remember the league we're in is a running QB first, and I thought Deshaun Watson could.
Geno's a running QB though.
No, he's not.
He scrambles for a lot.
He's a
Deshaun is more well known.
He
for
was in
running.
2020.
He was.
Yeah, but I can still. I wanted the resurgence.
But he's had so much
Didn't
relaxation. His legs are like jelly. He can't run anymore.
You take the risk. I got you. It hurts.
Let's steer clear of the creep talk because jokes are going to start slipping out that aren't FCC okay. So, but yeah, Seahawks Giants. I'm going to take. We'll do score predictions real quick. Seahawks 28, Giants 7. I think Daniel Jones rushes for a touchdown. That's it.
I was going to say the same thing. I think it's another. We continue the blowout week.
Yeah. Dan.
Seahawks 45. Giants.
Geno cooks like Russ never could.
20. Giants
You know
20.
what? I don't hate it. I do need Kenneth Walker to get
Yeah.
at least 2 touchdowns.
I need Geno to get a long touchdown.
because then I can beat Tanner Saunders.
Oh boy.
I think that's what. If I
At
did
Tanner.
math right.
Yeah.
If I did math.
Tenor Thunder.
Alrighty. Well, those are our predictions. Dan, can you pull up an immaculate grid
I
for us?
already have it.
Oh, he's
Oh
got it
my
up and ready to
Just
go.
play me
goodness.
my music.
Okay, we might get an ad. Just be ready.
Play me my music. If you've never played Immaculate Grid before, it's a 3x3 grid. 3 on the top, 3 on the side, and today's Immaculate Grid. On the top is the Philadelphia Eagles. Caw-caw.
Yep, I had an ad.
The
I'm lucky I turned it down.
Pittsburgh Steelers and Pro Bowl. And then on the rows is the Arizona Cardinals, the New York Jets, and the Carolina Panthers.
I'm trying to pull it up on mine. I'm not going to remember that right now.
I remember Patrick Peterson is Cardinal
Steeler.
Steeler.
Can you repeat it one more time?
Oh yeah, sure. Eagles, Steelers, and Pro Bowl on the top,
Okay.
and then Cardinals,
Just turn it
Jets,
this way a little
and
bit.
Carolina. On
I had to change it up a little bit.
Oh my
Is
god.
this all right? Is this all right,
the
Dan?
remix.
Yeah, you like the trap remix?
On the side, it's Cardinals, Jets, and Panthers.
Okay. Jeagles.
I know this
Peagles.
one's Patrick Peterson.
Yeah, okay.
I have caps lock on.
Do you like the trap remix?
It's okay.
It goes hard.
Okay.
Cardinals
Le'Veon-
Pro Bowl D-Hop.
Yeah, that would make sense.
Jets Pro Bowl Jamal Adams.
Oh, wait. That's going to be a high score, though. Kurt Warner.
Did Kurt Warner make the Pro Bowl?
I mean,
As a Cardinal? That's a bet. That's a good bet.
Carson Palmer.
Carson Palmer would be more of my guess. 4%.
4%, Frank. Nice. All right. Jets Pro Bowl.
Jamal Adams.
Yeah,
That's like the most him or Quinnen.
5%.
Yes.
Carolina, Luke Kuechly.
Kuechly,
Cam Newton?
Olsen, Josh Norman,
I like Luke Kuechly just because.
Steve Smith Sr.
Mm.
Did he make the Pro Bowl?
Did Cam Newton make the Pro Bowl?
Ooh,
He must have been elected to one.
He went to the Super Bowl.
That's,
I knew-
that's when if
I
he-
know Luke Kuechly played in one,
Yeah.
so I'll go Luke Kuechly. 13, not that bad.
Okay.
Jets Steelers, Le'Veon Bell.
Ugh. That's a good pick. Good pick.
40% though.
Yeah.
I mean, it makes sense though. Isn't Hassan Reddick on the Eagles?
Currently,
Yeah, because there's one one Cardinal who became an Eagle, and I think it's Hassan Reddick.
Maybe.
Maybe
Cardinal to Eagle.
Mark
Bird to bird.
Sanchez,
Sanchez wasn't.
Cardinal,
He was a Redskin, Jet.
Eagle, Ram.
Oh my God.
Uh,
No, I feel like
I know a lot of them. I
Um,
try.
Wait, Steelers Panthers. Let's just do that.
Yeah, but who works there?
Josh
Where
Norman.
did Levi come from? No, Levi was a draft pick from the Bills, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that doesn't work.
Who came? Ooh.
Josh Norman went to Washington
And the 49ers.
and he went to San Fran.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for a short time.
Think defense.
That's what I'm thinking. But I feel like if it was an offensive player, it should be like right there.
Jeez.
All right. Let's just do Jets Eagles. Jets Eagles.
What's Jets Eagles?
Oh. Was Brandon Marshall an Eagle? Was Darrell Revis an Eagle?
Was Randall Cunningham a Jet?
Was Randall Cunningham a Jet?
I don't know that for sure. Oh boy.
Mike Vick.
Yes.
Mike Vick works?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Michael.
That's gonna be a big one though.
Oh, it's Michael Vick.
Yes.
It's not
Yeah.
Mike Vick.
It's Michael.
Get out of here. All right.
What is it? Tell me.
29.
All right, not awful.
Cardinals Eagles. Like who could fit there? Is
I
the
said
question.
Hassan Reddick.
Just do it.
Hassan.
12%.
12%.
Let's go.
Okay.
See,
All right. So now it's
thought
just
I knew he
Panthers
went there.
Eagles and Panthers.
Panthers Steelers.
Does Frank Reich count?
Oh wait, wait, D'Angelo Williams or
D'Angelo Williams.
wasn't he a Panther Steeler? D'Angelo Williams.
I'm not.
I swear to
positive.
God.
Okay,
I feel
do it
like I
then.
remember.
Do it.
If you feel
This
like
is-
it, do it.
D'Angelo Williams.
You're right, but 56%.
Okay.
go.
Mm,
So then Carolina, Philly.
Carolina, Philly. Ooh,
Ted Ginn? No.
no.
I'm just trying to think of like those early 2010 Panthers.
Ooh. LaShawn McCoy, no.
Oh, yeah, I wish. Running backs. Miles Sanders.
Miles Sanders.
How do we miss that?
Doesn't matter if we missed it. We got it. We are, for the first
immaculate.
time on the Blitz, immaculate!
Well, 241 rarity score, though.
That's not awful.
That's not horrible.
No?
No, that's actually pretty good.
Listen, I think I have the record for the lowest.
I mean, yeah.
Oh, yeah, you're
no, gonna have that for
0.01.
Mark Sanchez was correct on,
For Cardinals?
no, Jets, Eagles.
Oh.
I was right on that. Zach Ertz was Cardinals, Eagles. We forgot about him.
Oh, my God.
James Conner, Cardinals, Steelers.
That's... I feel like an
Larry
idiot for that.
Fitzgerald for Cardinals Pro Bowl.
Yeah, who else was Philly, Carolina? Because I feel like there isn't that much more. Josh McCown.
Oh.
He's always got to have, like, some.
Yeah, Miles Sanders.
Yeah, I was... Yeah, there's
Jason Avant. Torrey Smith. Torrey
Mm.
Smith? Really? Okay.
Really...
James
Yeah, there's
Bradbury.
not like, I think Miles Sanders might have been one of the only ones that was really,
James Bradbury.
yeah.
Yeah.
But-
Evan Mathis.
How do we almost miss that? And that was
Evan
the most
Mathis.
current one.
Yeah, it's
you know?
literally...
Hassan Reddick would have worked again.
Really?
Yeah.
For Carolina?
Yeah,
Eagles?
Carolina, yeah.
I was gonna say
Reggie
if
White.
we could do coaches, we could have done Frank Reich.
Yeah.
I didn't know Reggie White.
Should we
was
do
a,
an immaculate grid of coaches? NFL coaches? Do
that
they
a
have that?
thing?
Search that real quick. We got 5 minutes.
Uh,
Just open a new tab. Yeah.
I don't know. You're putting me on the spot here. I've never looked this up.
Imagine head coach immaculate grid.
No, maybe. No, doesn't seem like it. Joe, if you
mean,
get work to
If
work on
I
it,
could make one.
Joe, you can make an immaculate grid of head coaches. You have an idea?
We do have the wild card series for baseball starting tomorrow.
We do.
That we do.
Lucky for the
What is that?
Marlins.
Oh, we're doing baseball?
Yeah, just for a minute or two. We got extra time.
Oh, God. Okay, let me pull it up.
He was not ready for that.
No.
I didn't know that's what we were doing.
We
Hey,
got
he's
like
tweeting out our rarity score and everything. We've got 3 minutes.
I mean, we can give
4
predictions
minutes.
for the wild card round.
Good. Dan, do you want to do an immaculate grid or?
Yeah, sure. Give me a second. I just want to. I have to add a good caption here.
The trap remix was only
What, like, it felt like 2 minutes long.
2 minutes long.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
Okay, there we go. All right, another immaculate grid. Do we want to do baseball, hockey?
We could do hockey.
Ooh, hockey sounds fun.
Okay.
Those names can get
The
wild.
Sabres
though.
are on it.
The Sabres are on it.
The Sabres are on it.
No help.
on the
Hurricanes. No.
The top is the Montreal Canadiens, Hurricanes, and 30-plus win season. And on the rows, it's the Sabres, the Ducks, and the Senators.
What if one of them played on the Hurricanes, but he's now our general manager?
I don't think that can count.
like could we do that or like? What?
Sabres and Hurricanes, Eric Stahl,
Yeah.
16. Let's see, Bills, Canadian, or
Sabres,
Sabres,
Canadians.
Canadians.
Sabres.
Tyler Ennis? Or was it Tyler Myers? I'm forgetting. I think it's Tyler Myers. I was wrong. 30-plus win season. I'm just going to go Ryan Miller because that's my guy.
Yeah, I've got... Oh.
Ooh, Mario music.
This was the next on the YouTube. Unfortunately, when we skipped Jeopardy, when I hit
Ducks
an ad.
is John Gibson.
Yeah, big name.
Then Senators, 30-plus. Oh, Craig Anderson.
I've got no clue.
I'm just going on a war path here.
Yeah, I've got no clue.
Man even yawns midway through.
Well, this music is putting me to sleep.
Music. Joe, this is not...
All right. I'll change it.
Joe, we got 3 minutes. Come on. I'm gonna go Tyler Ennis instead because
For what? For what?
Bills or
Sabres.
Sorry, I gotta get into the mood for
Sabres Habs?
Sabres Habs, yeah. I was
Okay.
wrong on that too.
Oh, who'd you do for Sabres 30-plus win?
Ryan Miller.
There's a really good goalie for Anaheim, right?
Yeah, John Gibson.
Okay, and you got that? You put
Yeah.
that down there?
And then
Perfect.
Craig Anderson is for Ottawa.
He was a Senator?
Yeah, that's where we got him from.
Oh.
Man, this really shows me how much my hockey knowledge is. Which is like, oh my
We
god.
got some Kahoot.
Kahoot.
Oh, please tell me this is the trap one.
It is.
It's an hour one.
I felt it. I knew it was coming. I've heard this so many times.
Oh no, does anybody else have any more guesses?
I don't know that well.
You don't
My
know
hockey-
that well?
Well, like, I know current. Like, it's just some of these names, though. I didn't pay attention to Sabres for a long time
Yeah.
because they were so bad.
And I told you in the hallway I'm a casual, so
yeah.
Right, yeah.
if I see Matthew Kachuk on this list,
Even though
I know what's coming, but
we will be playing a game next Wednesday.
oh, horrendous. This Wednesday
Based
or next
on
Wednesday?
next Wednesday.
Okay.
And it's going to be based on hockey. It's another affiliate game. So we're going to have fun with it.
Great.
But because the season starts on the 12th and we have a show on the 11th, because we're off on Monday
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
because of Columbus Day,
Yes. Fall recess.
that will be fun. I'm just going to give up on the grid just because
Yeah.
we're out of time.
Oh, yeah, we are. Alrighty. So that's going to do it for this edition of The Blitz. I'm Joe Callie.
Brian G.
We got to just throw out our socials here. So, Dan, you go first.
You can find me on X at _D_WNY, and that's also where you can find our old shows.
Yes.
Frank.
And you can find me on X at Frank561Lopez and on Instagram at FrankLopez_561.
You can find me on X, formerly known as Twitter, at @TheBuffalodian_ or on Instagram at Joe Callie. So thanks for listening to this edition of The Blitz. We'll catch you on Wednesday. Have a good one out there. Go Bills.